You ready? Hang on, little man. Hang on, little man. Friday traffic. Hi, Bubba's. Say hi, everybody. Say hi, Messers. Messers. Messer. You tired? We're gonna have a little bit of a drive home, kid. Hang on there. I'm gonna hit the 5 o'clock traffic on a Friday. Hi guys. Good evening. This is Tiffany 100 Plus. I just got Mario from Southeast Veterinary Neurology, and we are heading home. His exam kind of went as I expected it to. Dr. Sunil called me after doing the exam on him. She did say his right eye, that he did wince when they put the light in it today, and that his pupil was trying to retract from the light, which is good news. She says it's definitely not acting like a normal healthy eye, but she said there was a slight improvement from 3 weeks ago, which at this point I'll take any kind of good news I can get. So she said there was slight improvement from 3 weeks ago. The head tilt, she believes, is still kind of pronounced. She's not convinced that the head tilt is neurologic. He developed the head tilt when he had that inner ear infection years ago that caused the paralysis on the right side of his face. She's like, honestly, he could be fighting an ear infection again, and we just don't know, that could be causing the head tilt. So she thinks that could be a possibility, again, because it was an inner ear infection, and if he's fighting an inner ear infection, again, it's not something that you typically can see from the outside because it's behind the eardrum. And she said it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility because he is so immune compromised that he can pick up things very easily. Basically, case in point, he had a UTI, and he had a drug-resistant E. coli infection 3 weeks ago. So she said, if that's the case, the Clavamox, which he has been on, really isn't the right antibiotic for that. So she wrote a script for stronger antibiotics, which I'm going to hold off on until we get his urinalysis back. They did another urinalysis and a culture today to send out to see if the Clavamox helped clear up what he had going on, or if it really was resistant to the Clavamox, and the Clavamox just cleared up some other infection he was fighting, which caused his white cell to go down 3 weeks ago. So it's kind of all really up in the air at the moment. We also discussed I'm going to up his pred again for another week to the 2 twice a day to see if that makes a difference in like a week's time, see if I notice any difference. We also talked about putting back on the table him having the IV infusion of the Cytosar. The last time we upped his amount, he now gets 400. And he was at a steady 350, I think, for a few years, a couple years. So we upped it to 400 the last time, and his blood work came back a week ago that it was okay, that his body was able to handle the higher dosage. So we kept it at 400 this time. But she said, honestly, going forward, if I see any more decline in him, or if I don't see any improvements, then next time we should discuss either adding cyclosporine to his regimen, which is another immune suppressant drug, and see if that helps at all, or doing the infusions again. She's like, we gave him enough of a break that I think his veins have probably rebounded enough. And I don't know if I want to. I mean, he had that for 3 years. He was okay with it. It was a longer thing for him. It was a more involved thing for him. But I don't know if this is the reason that he's had these setbacks, is because we've changed the way that we are administering it, that maybe his body is not absorbing it as well as it was the other way, or if it's just a decline, and there's no way of really knowing for sure unless we change something and see if his vision bounces back again, or if his left leg doesn't give out as much as it's been giving out. So I have a lot to think about within the next 3 weeks. We'll have his blood work done next Friday. Hopefully the hospital's open after Thanksgiving. We'll have to we need that week from the chemo to see how because that's like the peak. The week after they get it is when it's like the most potent in their system. So that's the number that they want to have. They want to have those blood results to see how his organs and his body is reacting to the chemo itself, to make sure that there's no issues. So hopefully there'll be a hospital open on Friday that we can go get his blood work on Friday, and then we'll have more of an idea of how he is. I don't know if he's going to start antibiotics before then. She said it could be Monday or Tuesday till we get the urine results back to know if that was cleared up or if that's still happening. And then a week out, we'll test his blood to see where his white cell is and how his liver and his kidneys and everything is, handling the higher dosage. And then, depending how he does these 3 weeks, I'll have a decision to make on what to do on his next round. So, hi baby. You got your head, nobody sees you over there. You got your head down over there? Yeah, he is resting his head on his bed, just looking out the window over there. I didn't realize you guys were just looking at a empty seat. So, we're headed home. Now we're gonna get him some dinner. You hungry, Bubba's? You want dinner? Yeah, you want some dinner. We're gonna get him his dinner. We're gonna get him his prednisone. I'm gonna have to refill his prednisone again because he's getting twice as much. Forgot to ask about that script. I don't know if I have another refill at Publix. guess I'll call them and find out. But he's going to get his dinner, and he's going to have his meds, and then he will probably snuggle up for the night. He usually goes to sleep after his treatment, because it is a long day for him, being there in the hospital and in the back and doing the treatment itself. And then, you know, there's a lot of commotion in hospitals, and it's a neurologic hospital, so sometimes dogs come in that are not in a good way, and they're very vocal, and or they're waking up from anesthesia and they're vocal. So it's not a spa experience for him. So he's usually pretty tired at the end of the day. So he'll have his dinner and his meds, and then he will probably go to sleep and have a good night's sleep and wake up tomorrow normal, happy, goofy. Right? Right, little man? Right, little man? I, of course, do have the donate button on this video again this evening, as well as all of the links and other ways that you can donate in the verbiage, whether it be PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. And then, of course, always the mailing address is on there as well. Any amount would be very helpful. It was a little bit more costly of a day today and 3 weeks ago, because he needed to have the extra testing done. So if you could spare even $1, it would help tremendously. And if you can keep the little guy in your prayers as well. Hey, Bubba. Here's my handsome boy. There's my handsome boy. Yes. Oh, you like a good chin scratch. Great. You like a good chin scratch. I know we got stuck in the 5 o'clock traffic, so it's taking longer to get home to dinner. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I promise we'll get home soon and you can have your dinner. Alright guys, I'm gonna sign off. Concentrate on driving in this traffic. Thank you all again so very much for all your love and your continued support of this little guy. It means the world to me. This is Tiffany with Mario 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida.